Welcome back high. We are settling into our new digs at Mount Holly. Um, yeah, let's go pick up our allowance, which should now be 6, when it is. And then we head outside. We still want to look for some new rooms because it looks likely that we're going to get some. Shrine, Shelter, Trading Post. We have 6. We could give ourselves a little blessing. See what fun thing we get this time. We've done 2 and 3. Why not? Let's do 4. Confirm. What do I get for 4? As the high roller again. So we've seen this before. Draft a shop, gain a die, spend a die, get 5 coins. And we'll get that for 3 days. So 3 versus 4 doesn't look like we did anything. So we're still figuring out how the shrine works. And to the right. Parlor, Corridor, Lavatory. Why don't we start with the parlor? Anything on a table? I see nothing on a table. Let's pick up the wind-up key. There we go. And puzzle. One of the other 2 boxes is false. You will open this box and find it empty. Bold. The blue box is true. I don't know where to start with that. Let's start with the black because it's the easiest to understand. So, if black is true, the blue box is true. One of the other 2 boxes is false. So that would mean that I've got 2 true statements, the 2 on the ends. The white box would need to be false. So we've talked about always. Let's talk about and. This is a compound sentence. So it's essentially giving 2 statements. You will open this box and you will find it empty. So from Boolean logic, which is the sort of thing that we're dealing with true and false statements, we're anding those 2 things together, which means the only way that this is an overall true statement if both of those things turn out to be true. If I do open the box and I do find it empty. If one of those 2 halves of the statement is true, but the other one is false, then it's overall false. The total statement is false. So if we make black true, that means blue is true, white is therefore false for a couple of reasons, and it would be false if the white box contained the gems. What if this is false? The blue box is true, is false. Then this is false. Then this would be true. You will open this box and you would find it empty. But then there's a couple of problems. One, it doesn't tell us what the answer is. Oh, wait a minute. That's not possible because one of the other 2 boxes is false. If the black box is false, that means this is false. So either the white box would also be false, which violates the rules of the game, or else it's true, which means that the blue box isn't false after all. So it must be the case that the black box and the blue box are true. This is false, and the false part of it is that we will find it empty. Ta-da. That was an interesting one. Okay, we've got the chapel, the pantry, and the closet. Yeah, out of those, I think the chapel. Blank. So we want to fill in the stuff to the side first. Over here we have the guest bedroom, the closet, and the patio. I mean, we never use the patio or anything like that. And it's the only way to keep moving. Let's do that. Let's do the patio. We haven't seen the patio in like forever. So there's a gem right here. And there are dig spots, but no, we didn't get a tool or anything. Okay. So going up the east side, den, bunk room, courtyard. I think the den, because it doesn't cost us a gem, and the courtyard being unlocked is better for later on, when we'd rather not have keys to deal with, because we haven't gotten any keys yet. Let's continue moving upwards. Pantry, closet, corridor. I guess the pantry out of these three, because again, I don't want to use up the corridor someplace where the lock not being engaged would be something I would miss. So we're moving in a bit. Let's do back to the den and do this. Reading nook, hallway, closet. Yeah, I think the reading nook, because we like the reading nook library sequence combo thingy. Pick up a key, and that seems to be all that we have. There is the library. It's pointing into the center, which we like. And now I'm looking at this. Is there anything that we have not looked at? I think there isn't. So I'm just going to leave the form blank because I don't want to engage it in case we get the bookshop or something, and then we can add something. We have 6 gems, and we have lots of space. It's locked. We'll use our 1 key. Weight room, commissary, secret passage. These are rare? The secret passage out of these 3. And just to get things that we never see, let's do the green. Because I think we've seen pretty much everything. Cloister of Lydia, aquarium, courtyard. I like the idea of doing the cloister because then, first of all, it's a 4. Second of all, it's for free today. Third of all, it can add to our allowance. And it's one way to get money. So let's do that. Now let's do this door and try to fill in space. Hallway, mailroom, nursery. Let's do the mailroom and set that up for the next day. I was sort of wondering if would we receive mail for having succeeded. Yeah, that's the same letter. Has anything arrived? No. Okay. Nobody wants to congratulate us on being the Baron. Either that or the mail is incredibly slow. All right. So I kind of want to go back around and start filling in stuff near the entrance hall because we're sort of pinching that all off. Let's do the next door here and properly close it off. Guest bedroom, gymnasium, garage. Let's place the gymnasium so that we have a way through and then not go in. Let's go back to the foundation, etc., and start doing stuff there. So, not that room. See you in a bit. And here we are. Let's go north from the foundation first. Because this is a dead end. I'd love to place a dead end room. And I don't get one. That's terrible. So I have to burn one of these. The bedroom, I guess, out of those 3 options. I mean, it's safe to go in and see whether there's anything left for us. But no, this was just a waste. Guest bedroom, closet, commissary. I mean, just so that we get an ivory die. I'm thinking the commissary. What do we have available for sale today? It looks like it's salt shaker, gem, sledgehammer, metal detector. Good to know. Back out we go. So we have that snaky thing, and it would be lovely if we could actually just go through. Corridor, spare bedroom, walk-in closet. We picked the spare bedroom, of course, because we would like to follow this trail and hook up again with the gymnasium if it were at all possible. We want a corner. How about the boudoir to pick up 2 ivory dice? Those ivory dice are sitting here. Hooray. Nothing else here. So we kind of want to... Ooh, that would mean using the dining room. If we can get through, that would work. If. Let's do that. Let me check the sideboards. There isn't anything that I can see. Okay. Straight through. Okay. Let's do security. Right. It ends up... I was wondering, it's weird that that's a red door. Why is it a red door? Oh, because it's the gymnasium door. Okay. Let's get on the computer. Look at the inventory. Oh, we left a gem someplace. Or there's a gem in the gymnasium where we didn't actually look for it. So that's the first 4 ranks. Almost full. I really want to have interesting things showing up, so fine. We are in here, and no, there's no gem here. So we really did forget a gem someplace. Fine. Let's do this. Kitchen. Yes. Increase the allowance. So heading into the wall, we have dark room, furnace, garage. If we take either the furnace or the garage, we are done for the day. The dark room would be choosing blind. Hating this. Redraw that. I don't got to take that from you. The West Wing Hall is the correct move. Kochek and Locksmith would similarly end our run. West Wing Hall, thank you so much. And that opens up. Locked. Oh, and we don't have keys. Uh-oh. Okay. So, how fix? Because we have the commissary. Did it have keys? Or are we just done already? It was metal detector, sledgehammer, salt shaker, and gems. There were no keys available for sale. Oh. So, we're done? So, the only things we accomplished were we added to our allowance and we activated the shrine. Nothing else did we do. And I'm leaving today with 3 dice just because I really didn't get keys. Wow, that's awful. That's pretty awful. And we set up the mailroom for the next time it goes, but that's it. Okay, we're going to call it a day. That's fine. A rustic villa of prayers because we have the chapel, the cloister, and the shrine. But yeah, it's tiny. New room's 1. Which new room? Oh, the patio. The patio we haven't had. All right. So we're going to save and continue, and we're going to just jump straight into the next thing, because I don't even think I've been playing that long. Let me take a look. Yeah, I've been playing for not even 20 minutes. So on to day 19. It's a good thing I've already come up with this plan of I'm only going to show you the bits that are worth it. So, hooray, our allowance is now 8. Fine. What do we got? The tomb, the root cellar, and the hovel. But we have not actually put the root cellar in on this run. Search continues. Author and illustrator whose fanciful stories named Marion Marigold was last seen by a Friday getting into a carriage after a late. No sign has been found yet. How weird. So we're going to have dig spots in weird places today. So if we can get a shovel, that'd be a fine thing. Starting again as ever. Storeroom, corridor, closet. Oh, that's not great. I guess it's going to have to be the corridor. I don't want to cut this off. Nothing in here. Storeroom, kitchen, walk-in closet. We can put in the kitchen, which is going to give us a die. And it's bacon and eggs. You know what? Yeah, we haven't seen the morning room in this run either. Let's do the morning room. Let's see if we can make that happen. I want to know what those other rooms are. And again, it's only security will let us continue on. And we've gone through our gems. So we'll do the thing. Inventory, not a surprise because we barely have any rooms. Key card system. Key card settings. Set security level to low. Confirm setting. Set offline mode to unlocked. Confirm setting. Back and exit. Okay. So we have these two doors. Let's fill in this space first. Hallway, darkroom, courtyard. That's pretty terrible, that choice. I mean, hallway would actually let me go, but we're using up the hallway. Yeah, I mean, I'm using it up already. Den is slightly less horrible. But do I want to use it here? Probably not. Let's do the closet. This is a place where we can actually have, a big old metal detector and a key. What I wouldn't have given yesterday. That's good. All right. Back into the other door of security. Pantry, East Wing hallway, greenhouse. Let's do the East Wing hallway. Okay. So, lateral moves. Mailroom, your package is being delivered. Package delivered, what do I have? Amateur lockpick kit and gems. That's fantastic. And gem and gem. And still no mail from my adoring fans. Okay. So now we can go north from the East Wing hallway. Whoops, hello. Oh, 2 coins on the floor. Hey, morning room. Yes, absolutely the morning room, because it even has a door and everything. What is that? Oh, that's a thermos flask. Can we take that? We ought to be able to. And a sunflower. And there's a coupon book over here. Save a coin. And then there's the newspaper over here and 2 gems on the platter, and we'll get 2 extra gems tomorrow. And November 5th, we've read that in a previous thing. Oh, right, there's a disc here. Upgrade disc. Fantastic. Okay. So, we could run back to security and plug that in. E to use the disc. What are we adding to? We're adding to the mailroom. Okay. What are our choices? Same-day delivery. The package will be delivered here after you reach rank 8. No contact delivery. The package will be dropped in the entrance steps. Or freight shipping. A very large package will be delivered here 3 days after drafting. Those are 3 good choices, I think. I think I want no contact delivery. That it's just waiting on the steps. And I don't have to draft the mailroom in order to get it. And similar to the library, reading nook library thing, we may be able to do that cycle faster than we ordinarily would. So I think it's going to be the no contact delivery, so that we always will get the package straight away, beginning of the game. That feels like a nice thing to do. Okay, let's try filling in the west side. So we want to go, down through the kitchen. Den, furnace, drawing room. Let's do the den. I don't think I need to redraw things. Coin on the floor. And a gem. Okay. Let's try to get into the corner. Parlor is a good choice. Let's do that. Pick up the wind-up key. Anything on a table? No. Okay. The empty boxes both have true statements. The blue box has a true statement. This box contains the gems. Okay. It's often useful to start with the thing where this is telling you this other statement has the following truth value. So let's start with the idea that this is true. If this is true, then that's true. The empty boxes both have true statements. So in order for this whole thing to hang together, we can only have 2 of any particular kind of statement. So we've used up our 2 true statements, therefore the other statement must be false. So the black box would have to be false, and it would also have to have the gems. But the black box says that it contains the gems, which would make it also true. So no. The blue box has a false statement, therefore. This is false. And therefore, this is false. The empty boxes both have true statements. Yeah, because we don't have 2 true statements to have 2 empty boxes have true statements. So these 2 are false. This one must be true. This box contains the gems. Correct. All right, onto the door. So bedroom, spare room, billiard room. We had issues with keys. So let's do the billiard room. And I don't hear bip, bip, bip. We don't appear to have anything. I mean, it used to be that this room was pretty generous in terms of giving stuff away, but not anymore. 13 is 13. What the heck is that thing on the bullseye? Four? No. Okay, so it does something. Plus 4 is 8 because it's a square? Incorrect. Squared, 16. Aha, 1 plus 3 squared, still 16. 6, maybe this has to be last. Oh, no, no, no. 6 squared. Maybe the color of this is telling me the priority. So 6 squared is 36, minus 16 is 20. All right. Then we get the secret garden key. All right. So what's the state of the house? I think we can just try it from here. I don't feel the need to go around and try a different door. Guest bedroom, hallway, commissary. Let's do the commissary because then it gets us an ivory die. What do we have available for sale today? It looks like gems, magnifying glass, shovel, set of gems. We want a shovel because we have weird dig spots today. With the coupon book. Right, so 5. I don't think I need to get anything else right now. I haven't been looking for dig spots. But it's a key. Fantastic. Let's move on from here. Pantry, chapel, pool. Let's do the chapel. Oh, dig spot. Turnip, 6 steps. Dig spot. Key, fantastic. Because I'm wondering, would I be able to like fill the house today? Guest bedroom, bedroom, nursery. So all of these are going to block everything off. Yeah, the nursery, so that these other bedrooms are actually going to produce something. Oh, nothing on the table. I thought there was just always something on the table. There's something. Oh no, there's a key on the table. I just needed to go up to it. Okay. Boiler room is not a great place for it, but it is also worth it to try and get... Oh, everything's ready. Okay, dig spots. It's also useful to try to get the boiler room connected to something. Another key. Dig spot. Coins. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, another one. Shoot. I can't win them all. Dig spot? Why are there 4? Wow. Okay. I have 1 redraw. Let's go to the morning room, actually. I've got 66 steps. Let's go to the morning room and see if I can't put some more rooms that will give me help. Since I am connected to the foundation with dig spots, which I haven't looked at. Key. Fantastic. There's another one. Oh, there's other ones here. Turnip. Pebbles. Okay. Okay. So now we want to go around to the morning room. And this door. And we're going to try the lockpick. No. We'll use one of our mini keys. We're going to try to put a shop. We did not get one. But bedroom? Because those are kind of silly. Let's do that. Bedroom gives us 8 additional steps for being a bedroom, and then 2 for just entering. Again, let's try. No weird dig spots in this room. Ooh, poop. Observatory. Yeah. This is a thing. Dead-end rooms are more common today. Oh no, not today. That's not what I wanted. Oops. Okay. Because they're pretty common already anyway. That. The secret garden key would actually work here, because it's on the edge. It would send fruit all the way around. Coins. More dig spots. One of the other things we'd like to do is to see whether or not we can actually enter room 46. I mean, we were shown a picture of it. Oh, there's a coin in the grass. There we go. Wow. The veranda. Some coins. More coins. A sledgehammer. Which is what that was from the metal detector. Another dig spot. More coins. This is not working out like I hoped. Locked. Lockpick. Yes. Oh, this is interesting. I think the laundry room, because we've been trying to make this work. The foyer is a room I want to see. But I have the boiler room. That's the rare thing today. Oh, this has ductwork. Interesting. But only coming in on the side where the door is. Okay, so these... Remind me? Cost 5. All of your gems will become coins and vice versa. So I'd end up with 11 gems, 1 coin. But I'll get coins back for rolling dice. That feels like a win. Thank you. I think I did well there. So now we have an extra die. We have tons of gems. Now I would like to connect something to the freaking boiler room. And we have 2 rolls to try to get something that will. So I'm going to head back to the boiler room now because I've sort of boxed myself in. We'll see in a bit. I happened to pick up an apple on the way, so I got 2 steps that I didn't account for. All right, you. Hallway, furnace, walk-in closet. These are not. So we want the laboratory. What else? Ooh, none of those. Oh, it didn't work. That's not good at all because it's going to cut us off. I mean, the attic, fantastic. Except that it will end our run because we don't have an extra space out there. I don't even have a thing I can put in at the library because I don't have any new books. I've read everything. Except the stuff that's available in other places. I mean, let's look in the attic. Yeah. So compass, hooray. That's what we needed. Thanks. So generous. A gem. The broken handle. A gem. This is going to be annoying. Magnifying glass. A key. A coin. A gem. And looking around because, I mean, there's so much stuff here. This is the rejection letter. Yeah? Yeah. I'm just looking again just to see, is there anything, tucked away? Well, let's have a look. He's pointing off the edge. And it looks as though that's been broken forever, that stonework. Pooptacular. Yeah, I'm going to call it. We'll have to say garden villa, because we have 4 green rooms. Two new rooms, the root cellar and the morning room we've now seen. And we upgraded the mailroom. So again, not nothing, but not a lot. So we're going to exit. And you know what? I'm going to do it again. Because I'm not bound by a 45-minute clock anymore. Day 20. And 4 gems because we had the morning room last time, which was a tomorrow room that gave us 2 extra gems. Tool shed, trading post hovel. Let's do the tool shed. Aha, metal detector. And wrench. Each time you draft a mechanical floor plan, you may permanently adjust its rarity. Interesting. Well, now we really do want the boiler room. So what do we have that is a mechanical room? I think they're grouped together. So the utility closet, boiler room, pump room, security. Pump room was the other one that we wanted. Utility closet, boiler room, pump room, security, workshop, laboratory. So all of those we would love to see showing up more often because we don't see them nearly often enough. Listen, you. Parlor. Wind-up key. All right, what do we got today? The gems are on the table behind you. Lies. The gems are in this box. 2 sentences. Every statement claiming where the gems are is false. The gems are in the blue box. Okay, so the nature of the game has changed slightly. Let's take a look at these rules. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. So up until now, where we've had 1 statement per box, it has been the case that we have either 2 true statements and a false statement, or 2 false and a true. So now that we have signs that have multiple statements, you can have the situation where the 2 statements on one of the signs is like 1 true and 1 false, or 1 false and 1 true, so long as the other 2 signs that only have 1 consist of 1 with a true and 1 with a false. So we have to revise our thinking a little bit. Okay, let's do this again, because I wasn't expecting that. So the gems are on the table behind you. That is a false statement, because no, they're not. The gems are in this box. We can't tell. Every statement claiming where the gems are is false. The gems are in the blue box. So I'm going to start with the top statement here being true. Every statement claiming where the gems are is false. Both of these boxes have such a statement. So that's saying they're both false. If that's so, then all the statements on the black box must be true, because we need a box that only provides true statements. But then it says the gems are in the blue box, which, hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that. That would mean the white statement is still false. The fact that this is true, the fact that this is the box that has the gems has nothing to do with its statement, because it says something else. Okay, so that hangs together. Let's check the other one. This is false. Let's assume this top statement is false. Then at least one statement that claims where the gems are. Oh, wait. I missed something there. If we assume, let's try that again. If we assume the top statement on this box is true, all statements claiming where the gems are is false, hang on a second, each of them has one of those. Because the bottom statement on black is one of those statements. So then all three boxes have at least one false statement. That's a violation of the rules. Therefore, the top statement here is false. At least one statement claiming where the gems are must be true. Okay, so this is false. This is false, so this must be a true statement, because one of the boxes must be true. There we go. I've forgotten what my room looks like. Okay, pantry, hallway, pool. The pool would cost me one of my many gems. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, it's permanently floating there with my useless bathing suit that I spent so much on. Oh, there's a key here. Cannot reach. Lame. Okay. So we're continuing north. Storeroom, best bedroom? Excellent. Storeroom, guest bedroom, and boudoir. We're going to do the boudoir and hit the wall. Pick up a couple of ivory dice. So we're going to try to fill in that corner. Pantry, kitchen, nursery. Let's do the pantry. Yeah, money. And an apple. And reading nook, den, patio. This would be a wasteful place for the den, but I'll do the den anyway. Grab the gem and be able to put something in the corner. Closet, bedroom, observatory. That's the closet. And we get yet another ivory die and a gem. Fabulous. Let's go to the other side now. Spare bedroom, bunk room, nursery. Let's do the spare bedroom. Is that more ivory dice? It sure is. Okay. Reading nook, storeroom, wine cellar. I'm much happier about the reading nook in this position because there's lots of room for the library. Anything anywhere? No. Okay. Library. Yes. And we still don't have any need to pick up a book. What do we got? We got weight room, ballroom, attic. I think we want the attic because I've got the gems for it. And It's got lots of tools and stuff. Battery pack. That's good. Where's my cursor? Broken handle. Broken lever. I should give it the proper name. Gem. Yeah, let's use a key on this because usually it pays for itself. And we've got a ton of gems. We can buy all the fancy rooms. Stuff over here usually. Coin. Coupon book. Yeah, there should be something somewhere else. Oh, how about a big old shovel and a key? There we go. There's a haul for you. Although I see daylight, this worries me. Do I have a leaky roof? Okay, so now we want to spin back around to the foundation. That is the only way out. Oh, wait, dig spots. Turn it for 6 steps. Nothing. Is there another one over here? No, I think the other one was just because we had the root cellar and therefore we had a very digful day. All right. We might as well do the billiard room because the courtyard is kind of a waste here. Okay, we're not squaring things. 13 is 13. At least we're not squaring them yet. 3 squared is 9. Yeah. 6 squared is 36 minus 16 is 20. 4 and 2 quantities squared are 36 minus 20 is 16. That is how that works. And we get the silver key. Okay. So we're heading west. Corridor, storeroom, commissary. We've got some coin. Let's do the commissary, get another ivory die. Do we actually have some coins in the corner? For sale, we have running shoes, magnifying glass, sledgehammer, and sleeping mask. The running shoes are so useful. I love when I have them. Let's do the running shoes. That'll save on steps. Love it. Okay. Passageway. Excellent. We can afford to do it. Let's go into the corner and try to... Let's do the bedroom and fill in that spot. Corridor, workshop, courtyard. Was there a sledgehammer available for sale? Do the workshop. Definitely. Oh ho! Right. Make it commonplace. I'd forgotten about that. That is a reason to do this. Okay. So now we can. But we have one. Do we have one? When did we get a sledgehammer? All right. I feel silly for going back then. Well, it could have been worse because we're going through the bedroom back and forth to do this. Oh, what now? Oh. Well, that would be why. Fine. Okay. So, I want a power hammer. So the broken lever, the sledgehammer, and the battery pack. Assemble ourselves a power hammer. Okay. So, what now? Oh, yep, coins over here. Let's see. We want greenhouse. Because I want to know if that wall is going to break. Or the secret garden would also work, but I need the special key for that, don't I? Okay, moving laterally. Hallway, guest bedroom, bunk room. Redraw. Boiler room. Thank you. We want the boiler room because we want to set that down to commonplace. Me wanty boiler room. Okay. We have 5 tries at this and 2 doors. This is going to freaking well work. Use one of our keys. It's never a good time for the utility closet. I want to adjust it so that it shows up more often too. But we're going to try to get one of those 2 rooms. We have the pool in the house. So the pump room is a possibility. Or the laboratory. The locker room, I don't think lets us continue with it. Come on. Nope. Come on. I don't want to spend them all. Oh, awful. Come on. Didn't do it. Wow, terrible. But, on the other hand, I want to know what else Alzara has to say. So in the end, I got something I haven't seen in a while. And this is going to be new. So, Alzara, enlighten us.
And, as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the Great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. Yes, the fog is clearing. I see a shadow in the doorway. Silent footsteps in the hallways. An unlatched gate you did not open. A missing item you did not take. I see a young boy watched from afar. A young boy who once was brave, but now afraid. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the Great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Why you gotta make it creepy, game? That's terrible. Why did you do that? Jeez, okay. Moving on. Guest bedroom, observatory, secret passage. Let's do secret passage. What do I want out of this? I kind of want some dice back. So let's do gold. Special key. Let's do the silver key. Something that will spread out. The gift shop up here. No, the gift shop will spread out. I like that better. We have 51. Let's buy those two. I mean, it's silly, but there you go. Okay, so now I am still interested in getting the right thing in the boiler room. I have one more draw. We can also try going to the passageway and try adding rooms off this way. Yeah, let's see if we can't add something like, oh, I don't know, the kitchen. Another die. Club sandwich, 15 steps. Let's do that with the coupon book. Aha, this doesn't work because the kitchen was one of the things in the pump room. So maybe we want to add that? The drawing room, because I think you can do the greenhouse from this side. Not here, patio. I only have 2 gems. I want to make sure I can actually do like the laboratory if it comes up. Redraw. Do the storeroom instead. Coin. Key. Gemstone. Fine. 2 rerolls. Where's the other door? Right across that way. Nope. What are you going to do to me, game? One more go. No. Dang it. Crud. The cloister would end up eating up all the gems that we had. Can I? I thought I saw. Pebbles. A coin, which is not what we wanted. We want gems. Okay. That's that side. That's the south side. All right. Guest bedroom, gymnasium, dark room. I want to get a crack at the greenhouse. So let's try this. Yep, use a key. I want something to work. Okay, the courtyard is not bad. I will take... Oh, I don't have gems. Fine, chapel. Plank. Let's see if we can go north from here. We can. Thank you, greenhouse. Oh, I can't! Balls. Even when I win, I lose. But I get a lunchbox. Is it just that? Today when you reach rank 5? Yeah, okay. There we go. Okay. Fine. Back to the cloister. or over to the gift shop, one of the two. We have one key. Go to the gift shop. Shush. Okay. Yep, why not? Oh, now you give me the laboratory, and I can't do either laboratory or security because I don't have a gem. Terrace, garage, music room. It has to be the terrace. An orange. Now, I'm being foolish. I should go to the commissary and see if I can purchase things. Aha, that's why, because there are no gems for sale today. I can get a sleeping mask or a magnifying glass. Let's try filling in some rooms. I mean, I don't have any keys and I don't have any gems, so this ain't looking great. But maybe, just maybe, I can do something. So let's go up and over to the cloister. Let me in. The pump room. Hey, great. It's catty corner. So the ductwork is not going to flow, I don't think. But hey, at least I got one of the things. Okay, so the dining room is the last thing left. 2 doors. Let's try filling this in. Locked. Can't do anything, which means this is probably... Oh, no, it let me. Well, the greenhouse. All right, you. At least I get to vent my frustrations. Why do we have OATDAECBT, and I can't tell whether that thing up there is an E or a C. It looks like an upside down C. Let me write those letters down. So COATDATEBC. Correspondence envelopes. Hey, red envelopes. The original Gardner's logbook. She loves me, she loves me not, she loves me, she loves me not. February 1990 to when I get fired. What in the world? This is a record of my many indiscretions and lapses of judgment. Should this logbook ever be found, know that my guilt is exceeded only by my failings. As the groundskeeper of a vast estate, it is my responsibility to ensure the property remains well maintained and beautiful all year round. From the many green rooms of the manor to the sprawling lawns, it is my duty to attend to every aspect of the grounds, ensuring they are orderly, presentable, and accessible, so that they may be appreciated by both guests and the family. That'd be the day. This logbook, many years overdue, will serve as a record of some of my duties, discoveries, and contributions I've made to the estate over the many years I've served here as the groundskeeper, and however many more are yet to come. Not many, apparently. A few months ago, I made a truly remarkable discovery in my role of Mount Holly horticulturist. Through years of breeding and experimentation, I successfully created a new species of flower with a fruit that resembles a gemstone in every detail. Though the fruit is not edible, it is nevertheless a marvel of nature, possessing all the beauty and brilliance of a genuine jewel, but with the added benefit of being entirely organic. Despite the creation of this flower being my proudest accomplishment to date, my joy was slightly curbed when I was informed by Randolph Moore that my employer's company, Cinca, had decided to deny my request to announce my discovery to the public, completely disregarding my years of hard work and dedication to the project. This decision was absolute rubbish. I've poured my heart and soul, and probably soil, into this project, investing countless hours of research and experimentation to create something truly extraordinary. I feel this flower has the potential to make a significant impact on the field of horticulture, and it feels like such a waste to keep a gem like this hidden away for, quote, further research. As I suspected, they wanted the flower to serve primarily as a cheap way to produce resources for special floor plans. I had high hopes for this logbook, but I've struggled to find a reason to add another entry. My employer's decision earlier this year has left me feeling disheartened, and I find it difficult to find the motivation to continue in my work. I am aware that my disappointment is affecting my performance, and I'm reminded of that daily when I see the houseplants slowly dying as I make my rounds. Perhaps I should quit. I really should have. My ambition has been reignited. I overheard, perhaps with some prodding, that the employee contracts for the staff are kept within the Baron's private office on the 10th rank. A fact that I found quite remarkable considering that the house only has 9 ranks. This all but confirms the long-held suspicion that the rumored 46th room is in fact north of the antechamber. A suspicion that I had always considered too obvious to be plausible, and we know now that's true. As much as I wish to abandon all pretense of caring about my job to focus on this new project, I fear I must resume my gardening duties for the sake of appearances. It has, after all, been a long time since the north side of the house has received the groundskeeper's undivided attention. Let's trim the hedges and see what we find. If there is a 10th rank, it is impossible to perceive its existence from the outside, so if it does exist, then I'm going to assume that reaching it can only be done through the antechamber. Sadly, security has only gotten tighter in the years after Mary's disappearance, and that room is no longer locked behind regular doors that can be opened by regular keys. That would be too easy. Instead, the Baron had remote access levers installed in several different rooms of the house. Funny enough, I already know the location of 3 of these levers, as one was recently installed in the greenhouse, and another 2 were installed in the secret garden. Oh. It appears each antechamber door has one primary access lever in addition to a redundancy in another location. So the greenhouse, but also the weight room, sealed? The secret garden, but also the mechanarium, which we now have. The great hall, but also the secret garden sealed. So that must be the false wall in the secret garden. Okay. Although these past few months of exploration have yet to yield the fruit I seek, I have in that time gained a much greater mastery of the estate and have stolen many glimpses behind the black curtain that veils her many secrets. Among the more exciting of my recent finds was the discovery of a hidden chamber in one of the outer rooms, sealed shut behind a false wall. The stale quality of the air and the unmistakable aroma of corroded metal lead me to believe that this chamber has remained sealed for many decades. Within it, I found a large vat and a copper still, their time-worn surfaces streaked with creeping veins of oxidation and rust. Resealed in January after deal in Reddington fell through. I'm unsure if these instruments can be restored to working condition, but if they can, I may yet find a use for the sugar beets and potato stores rotting away in the root cellar. At last, I finally discovered a location of one of the north levers. It's deep underground in a location so far removed from any of the estate's plant life that had I been discovered, I would have been completely vulnerable without any excuse but curiosity to offer my captor. As anxious as I was to pull it, I've decided to wait until the Baron is away, as it reduces the risk of being caught significantly. Once he leaves, I don't think that a delay in returning will be too hard to engineer, now that Kristoff is under my thumb and beholden to do whatever I command. Sinclair's inner sanctum. Well, there's no turning back now. After finally reaching the objective I've been working toward for the last 4 months, I made an impulsive decision in the heat of the moment and took more than just my contract. I found something that I knew would give me the chance to make back some of the money I felt was owed to me, and I grabbed the opportunity without really considering the consequences. Given that there is now only one missing file in the staff contracts, I have unwittingly left an incriminating trail leading directly back to me. My only hope is that they consider it too obvious to be plausible. I'm almost positive that I'm not going to get away with it, but at this point I feel I owe it to myself to get what's coming to me one way or the other. Am I going to be kidnapped by Danny Ravane? Coin. Because, hey, if I get a key, coins. And I used up the lever making the power hammer to be able to get in here in the first place. This is a door. Huh. The greenhouse isn't a dead end anymore. That's fascinating. Okay. So, I have 33 steps. I still have a way out through the gift shop. I cannot think of a plausible reason why I wouldn't try doing that. Okay. Did I check the floor down here? There's dig spots here and I haven't hit them. Brick. Nail. Grrr. That's all there is down here. Open. And the courtyard is always unlocked. That's another gem. So, where I thought I was done, turns out I'm not quite done yet. Okay. So, 2 doors I can open. I guess the power hammer still works this way. And still lots of money. Okay. So the door directly ahead of me. What would be perfect would be to draw the locksmith. To the point where I might even try for it. Bunk room, weight room, office. Yeah. That's what it is. The destruction of structural elements of the house, like walls, is not permanent and will reset every few days. Sure. The 8th and 2 hour. Oh, maybe I want the bits of this map after all. Okay. North of the courtyard. Wow, it let me do it. Aquarium. The armory. So, where is the dining room? The dining room is right nearby. I can't tell if I'm in this room yet. I am. More coins. I don't want coins. I need keys. Okay. So, it is very much worth it to go back and pick up the dining room. Pizza. I don't think I've ever eaten the pizza here. I don't have the furnace in my house. Oh, it doesn't take away from that. So I get lunch and dinner with the lunchbox. That's good news. Okay. The bad news is I still do not have a key. I do, however, have one hell of a hammer if it comes to that. Locked. This is where it's going to end. Because it's too much to ask. Whew. So now, I've now just played for a hell of a long time. Let's look at the room directory. So this is a garden shopping center. Oh, it's time for my nap. I've done a lot. I just did 3 runs in a row. How long have I been doing that? That's been nearly 2 hours, because this run went a lot longer than the other 2. Whew. So, the big thing that I did this time was I managed to tinker with the boiler room, the pump room, and I think one other one, the workshop, so that those are now more likely to show up. They're now common. I still have to get the pool in the house in order to get the pump room. But now the boiler room is a common room. So thank goodness for the gear wrench. I didn't get to use it on either security or the laboratory, but you can't have everything. Where would you put it? So I'm going to exit. Thank you for hanging out with me again. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of what I'm doing. We will definitely be flipping back to Lingo 2 after this episode, and I will see you then. Goodbye.